My god, look at this monstrosity, man. The vultures are out. You know what? I actually already checked out Asmongold and Sven video about this. I kind of want to see what Ash's defenders are thinking right now. I bet they feel pretty stupid. I sure would have. But you know what? There was this one guy, I bet you remember him. If you consumed Ashes of Creation content, you definitely heard about him. He was called, how was he called? It was that one guy who constantly clowned on Narc and actually made a video mocking him just because of Narc actually tried to speak against this game. So I want to really watch this video again, and I want to see what he thinks. How was he called? Something Clinic. The Copium Clinic, right? I searched for him not too long ago. I remember, I watched this video not too long ago. Yeah, there it is, like the Copium Clinic. I remembered. Let's see. Yeah, this is the guy. What? The clinic has shut down. No way, dog. No way. Did he actually roached out? Oh, Lord. He actually roached out. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. After so much clowning on the one guy who saw this coming, you actually just yeeted yourself out of YouTube. Dude, what a guy. My god, I really was looking forward to watch some of the comments on his videos. Yeah, of course he roached out. Of course. You see, this is actually what the people were thinking all along. Like, these type of people, they didn't care. They didn't care. They were willing to make fun of everyone, or should I say just anyone, who even dared speak against Ashes, because they wanted to ride the cash cow that Ashes was supposed to be. But yeah, now they're eating, well, should I say they just reap what they sow, right? It's just so disgusting to see. I mean, this guy, if you haven't watched his original video, I'm so mad that I just watched it without making like a reaction video on it on my channel, because you guys could have seen it. He clowned on Narc so hard. I bet you can still find it on YouTube. Somehow some guy must have uploaded a reaction for it. Well, like 100%. But this is so funny. This is so funny. He just roached out. He just went away. But to be honest, I understand. Like, he's gotta be feeling so bad right now. So, let's look for him. Wait, who else defended this game? I can't remember. PirateSoftware, right? PirateSoftware. Yeah. PirateSoftware. Yeah, there you go. PirateSoftware. Damn, PirateSoftware went down from 2 mil? Wow. Okay, I didn't even know that. He's live right now. I bet he's not talking about this. Let's see. Ashes of Creation talking to Asmongold. Okay, wait, that's funny. Wait, that's hilarious. Wait, that's actually insane. Let's, I guess, read some of the comments. 1 year ago, no. Yin and yang of hair, true. No. Maybe new? Something interesting? No, 6 months ago. I don't care. Okay, it's fine. Let's see. Maybe something new. No, he doesn't upload live. Okay, I'm not gonna watch his live. I don't want to support his stream in any way, shape, or form. Who else spoke pretty highly about this game? Who defended Ashes? I'm really trying to think. So this video is actually going to be very interesting to watch, because the guy who made it was very defensive of Ashes, and I actually watched a couple of his videos back in the day. Now, that being said, he was always super fair because he respected the other side who was suspicious of this game, and I always liked him for that. He's a phenomenal content creator, and I really wish that you guys watching this video, you do not go after him. Don't dislike his videos, because at the end of the day, some people truly believed in this project, and it just crumbled in front of their faces. Now, you know, at the same time, we can say, oh, how did it not see that coming? It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that he respected us, and I want to give him that respect back. Even when we were right all along and everything is shutting down, I think he deserves that respect and more people like him. So kudos to him. I want to watch his response, because it's going to be very interesting to see his perspective on things.
MMO Ashes of Creation has come to an end. After a successful Kickstarter campaign and years of development, it would seem that this project from Intrepid Studios will never see that full 1.0 release.
True.
This went from rumors and speculation to confirmed. Creative director Steven Sharif even confirmed.
Again, oh god, I'm sorry for pausing so early. Look at this mounting animation. Look at that.
Went from rumors and speculation.
Dog, what is that? What is that? Is this a product that was made by 250 fully fledged developers? Like, how can you not see this coming? It's so weird. It's just so weird to me. Like, one-person developer projects did way better on Unreal Engine 5 than fully-fledged developing team. So, what? How people did not see this coming? How they were so blind? The cope was that strong? I can't even imagine that.
To confirmed. Creative director Steven Sharif even confirmed this all in a recent Discord message, which we'll be breaking down later. I discussed this on stream, but I wanted to put something together for you all who may not be aware, and as a main content creator for Ashes of Creation, who's covered this game for years, I feel I owed it to the community. And before we go forward...
And it gotta feel so bad because there were so many people who banked on Ashes to succeed, and they tried so hard to not be criticizing this game for the sake of keeping good face with Steven, and now it all blew up in their faces. And you know which one I'm talking about, and I'm gonna check their videos, you bet. There's one content creator that I'm literally frothing at the mouth, waiting for him to upload his video. I'm waiting for that, okay? He haven't uploaded it yet. I checked, but I'm waiting, bro. I'm here, okay? And if there will be no video, I'm gonna make a video about that. So be prepared.
I'd like to go ahead and send my condolences to all the staff at Intrepid Studios who are working on this MMORPG and have lost their job as a result of these layoffs and the state of the studio.
He's right about that. I've heard many comments of people saying like, oh, who cares? Like, screw all of them. Guys, you need to understand. Some people were, most people I would even say, weren't in on the scam. It was just like a Steven thing, probably, and maybe some other higher up. But most developers that were hired to work for this company actually believed in the product. They actually believed it can be a successful MMO, and they were passionate about it. So my heart does go to them, but at the same time, we can still kind of gloat here, because we all saw this one coming. But at the same time, again, like, I understand, and I do feel for them because they lost their jobs, and it's very unfortunate. I always hate it when it happens. I even hated it when it happened with New World, and just every game that shuts down, it's always kind of sad seeing passionate developers just going down along with it.
These were just hard-working developers trying to build a world and help see the vision of creative director Steven Sharif come to be a reality. And with that out the way, I want to discuss the information that we have so far. So hello gamers, it's Nyce, and I hope everyone tired of seeing MMOs die is having a nice day. Today we'll be discussing the end of MMO Ashes of Creation. This was truly sad news for everyone following this project, and as I said when New World shut down just about 3 months or so ago, this is a loss for the entire MMORPG scene. MMOs are constantly being shut down, and some even before their 1.0 release. And as someone who's covered Ashes of Creation a lot over the years, I'm sure the I told you so crowd is happy to hear the news, but
over 200
honestly,
events.
even if you weren't a fan of the project for whatever reason, you have to admit that the state of this genre, or maybe the gaming industry as a whole, is looking more and more bleak. The news broke today after...
But that's only because we swapped passionate developers for greedy ones, and not really developers, just everything becomes so corporate. Nowadays, we can't have a good game without like 1,700 financial guys being involved in every single decision. And that's really bad. I remember when Blizzard said, it was Mike Morhaime, which at the time was the CEO. After he quit, I remember an interview where he said that more and more financial people were started to get involved in the meetings after the Activision merger. And I think that's the death of pretty much every game. Once you insert money into passion, it's most likely gonna be corrupted. Because I think that if you're really passionate about something, you're willing to do it, not for free, but at minimum enough, like a minimum wage in terms of like living, right? You're not looking to get yourself wealthy. You believe that the product that you are going to create is going to bring you the dough. Like, it's gonna bring you the dough, and at the end of the day, you're gonna get wealthy off of that. And we can clearly see that with Expedition 33, because this game was built with a bunch of novice developers that literally was just like entry level, and it popped the hell off. Why? Because everyone were passionate about this. Nobody had the experience, but it didn't matter because they were willing to sacrifice some wages, and they definitely could have worked for some really big tech companies and go and get way more benefits and way more money for the same job they did at the Expedition 33 studios. I forgot the name, God forbid, but they chose to stay there. And they chose to go there, and they believed in the product, and behold, like, it was the best game ever. So I believe that most people who came to Ashes could have done the same, or most people that could have that went to like other projects could have asked for less money and just, you know, let them work on their passion, and you had more people and more developers, and you would have done fine. Like, you would have done okay. Well, not okay, even more than okay. And I know that MMOs are the most expensive games to just make. It's the most expensive genre by a margin. I fully understand that. But at the same time, you can have the funding. And nowadays, unfortunately, it won't ever happen again because Kickstarter fate is just in the dumpster. It's just straight up in the graveyard, actually. You won't ever see another Kickstarter MMO ever again in your lifetime, probably. So, yeah, it's just going to suck. It's just going to suck from now on. And honestly, I kinda lost faith in seeing another good MMORPG. I think we're just gonna be playing World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, and Final Fantasy 14 until we die, and that's it.
We're seeing many employees simultaneously updating their LinkedIn profiles over the weekend and seeking employment, and these were people in key positions.
Yeah.
Important positions like lead combat devs and plenty of...
And literally like 3 or 4 days before when this happened and before the entire, you know, explosions happened, Steven himself said that it doesn't say anything about the current state of the game, and immediately, like 4 days later, everything crumbled. Like, everything collapsed. It's over. So Steven tried to keep faith with us until the very moment, and then he just dipped. That's how scummy this guy is. Like, now you understand it, and I'm glad that now people see Steven for who he really is, because I was calling him out for... It feels like the better part of the last 6 months, and nobody believed me. But now I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Directors and senior leaders. The biggest one that alarmed people was the Director of Communications, Margaret Crone. And she updated her LinkedIn as well. And for those who don't know, aside from Steven, Margaret has been the face of Intrepid Studios and has been a core pillar of this community. I recently chatted with Margaret last year in an interview, and I wish her the best as she was an integral part of Ashes and has quite the gamer's resume, so I'm sure she'll end up somewhere great. After the LinkedIn profile changes came various tweets, posts, and leaks. While this occurred, there was a loud silence from every Intrepid employee on Discord and the various means of communication. Even on weekends, they were very communicative, or at least active on Discord, you know? It would seem evident that this time was a little different. It wasn't just another mass layoff at Intrepid Studios. However, a lot of the cultists in the community instead decided to cope and ignore the signs, lashing out at anybody who were just reacting to the news that was in front of them.
Yeah.
Well,
and that was extremely detrimental to everyone involved. I mean, even if the game would have continued, that's not healthy. Just going out and spurging whenever someone is being criticized, criticizing your game, it's not good. It's not good for the developers, and it's definitely not good for the players. You need to understand that some criticism is good. And yeah, if someone just goes out, guns blazing, and start hurling profanities, sure, this is bad and you should ignore it. But if someone actually gives you criticism, even if it comes in not the most proper manner, you should take it. You should learn how to take criticism, and clearly Steven was poor at it, but I guess now I understand that he did not care in the first place. He just wanted all of this to kind of blow over so he can go chug some mojitos in Tijuana, and that's pretty much it. But, I mean, it's not good behavior. You need to understand, to everyone who vehemently defended this game, you should stop doing that. You don't owe developers a damn thing. And I get this comment all the time. Like, people are telling me, oh, Riot Games are developing their MMO for like ages. Yeah, but they didn't ask you for a dime. That's the problem. You can't really compare the two. Ashes took so much money from the players. They have to give you a good product on early alpha access release, especially when they're charging you extra 50 doubloons for it. You need to get that. You need to get out of the mentality like you're working for the developers. It should be the other way around. I'm not gonna sit here and cry for a bad product because, oh, it's only an alpha and, oh, they didn't have time, they didn't have budget. I don't care. Learn how to manage your project better. That's it. I literally do not care. I couldn't care in the slightest.
it became all but confirmed that there was no coming back for Ashes of Creation, and honestly, this actually ended up becoming evident to me while I was actually live. I went live to discuss the layoffs and, a little bit of the things that we can see, but I had not seen this message from Steven. He posted it while I was live, and well, here you go.
Yeah, he's gonna talk about it.
Sawman, check Discord. Oh my gosh,
God
everyone's
bless.
been sending me stuff on Discord all day. What are you? Hold on.
He's gonna read it.
Oh.
Imagine discovering that the main game you've been covering all this time. By the way, I'm covering him with my camera. Sorry, let me just move myself out there. Imagine that the game that you were covering for all of these years just blows up in an instant while you're live. That's an actual good response to that. He handled it pretty gracefully.
We have a message from Steven.
Yeah, I think he knows.
I can make a limited statement and oh my gosh. Okay, you guys we're reading this real time together.
Wow.
I can make a limited statement in my personal capacity and not on the behalf of the company regarding the situation. Control of the company shifted away from me, and the board began directing actions that I could not ethically agree with or carry out. As a result, I chose to resign and protest rather than lend my name or authority to decisions I could not ethically support. Following my resignation, much of the senior leadership resigned. Following those departures...
Guys, this is the face of realization in real time. He understands. Yeah, he understands that the rug has been pulled from under him. He gets it. He's thinking to himself, dog, who's the board that Steven is talking about? You are the board. I mean, yeah, it's just funny to see it live.
Board made the decision to issue WARN Act notices and proceed with a mass layoff.
Nah, he knows.
I cannot responsibly speak to further details at this time due to ongoing legal and governance matters. What I can say that the developers and staff acted in good faith and deserve better than the uncertainty that they are now facing. I am incredibly dismayed by the situation. Nah, that's not real. That's not real.
Oh, he's gonna check it in Discord?
That's not real. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hold on, that's not real.
No.
From Steven.
Yo, we actually saw it.
Holy shit, it's real.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. He learned it live. That's crazy. He didn't even believe it until the last second. Oh, God. You can see he's so disgruntled. Oh, my God. My man is dejected. God bless him. God bless him. That is the face of disappointment. 100% pure. And I understand him. I understand him. He's such a great guy, too. I really love his content, and I feel for him. I mean, the main game that you banked on is completely crumbled. It just collapsed. It went into the void, like poof. And that's it. In an instant. And it's so difficult to process, and he did it live, too. I actually appreciate him so much for that. I mean, respect. He actually handled it really well. It sucks. It sucks. No, there he is.
Oh,
let him cope.
Everything I touch dies.
Oh, man. I feel that.
And so there
I
you
feel
have
that.
it. Ashes of Creation is officially gone. Steven lost majority control, and from what I can research and from what former employees whom I cannot name tell me, this was a very shitty situation. And unnamed.
And I bet that after so much time would have passed, let me rephrase this. I bet that after some time would pass, we're gonna see more and more information float to the surface. We're gonna see some disgruntled former employees of Intrepid Studios starting to speak up, and we're gonna hear what really happened inside of Intrepid Studios. And that's what I'm actually really looking forward to, because I really want to know how Steven was like in terms of like the work environment and stuff. And I want to see how the direction was going, because how can you be 10 plus years in development and this is the product you gave us? Like, it's impossible. It's impossible. And again, I need to remind you guys, the engine does not belong to them. You have all the tools inside of Unreal Engine 5, and I don't care they went from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. It doesn't really matter. Yes, it was some hindrance, but it's not that big, okay? So how in God's name, this is all you managed to create? That's what I really want to hear.
Source who was able to verify their employment via Intrepid Slack chat told me the following, and just to preface, I cannot confirm nor deny that this person's account / knowledge of the situation is 100% true, but I can confirm that they were in leadership.
We don't care. We take the conspiracy theories here.
This
it's
is
fine.
what happened per
Give
them,
it to me.
and I quote, "They forced the early access launch, then told Steven to terminate 50 people in December with no pay or PTO. Steven and the production directors refused to comply. They fought for 2 weeks into January. They then forced Steven to terminate.
Brother, who's they? Who's they? Who is this board we're all talking about? What are they? The Shadow Council? The Illuminati? I'm so confused. Steven is the only one who's in charge. He himself said in an interview back in the day that there is no evil overlord on top of him. He's the one in control and he's funding everything. It's fully funded. That's what he said. What changed? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I don't like that. I don't like it, like the statements. It just don't make any sense to me.
Only 10 people, this could be relative to the 9 people that were laid off, remember, and refused to pay PTO. Steven would end up paying this PTO himself. They voted to terminate 100 people more and outsource a large portion of the game to the Philippines. Steven again refused.
What?
He resigned to force the board to reconsider.
Nah.
They brought in a cutthroat CEO to replace him. And then the rest of the leadership team resigned in solidarity. Then the board decided, instead of trying to save it, to terminate the entire team and give the code base to fully external teams for cheaper, paying them no wages or PTO.
That sounds like the most made-up ChatGPT story I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't even sound close to reality. I don't know who would ever take that bait. I have absolutely no idea. Bro, even someone who huffs Copium on a minute basis would not believe this. This is preposterous. What in God's name are we doing here? What are we talking about? No way anyone would believe it. They actually moved Steven because he was such a hero that tried to defend this game, and no, it needs to be perfect. No, release it right now. What? And then you gave it to people that essentially do it for free? Who would believe that story? Who would ever believe that? And also, you know what? Show me who this board is. I want to know who the board are. I want to know who the people are. Like, why you lie? Like, that's so weird. And again, I'm not talking to the guy in the video. He only says what people have told him. Like, the guy in the video is great. I want to make this, like, very distinct here. Like, right? It's so weird. It's such a weird story. I don't know who told him this garbage, but you should never believe that. It's clearly bogus claims.
Steven is going to launch a massive lawsuit against the board. They are
Of
4
course.
people from a private equity group, not gamers. Again, all of that I just read was from an unverified source, so take it with a grain of salt. However, this does line up as far as Steven's sickness. He had a permanent cough, or has a permanent cough, for years, and his most recent
He should drink a special juice. I heard he was working on it. Yeah, he should chug that shit up. Like, that would be great.
message before the resigning bombshell that we just read was in response to me to say that he's been out of the loop for the past couple of weeks dealing with health challenges. It's also very easy to look into the stakes of the company and lean.
No, he was preparing the ground. I don't believe anything this man says. He's clearly he's a con artist, dog. He's a con artist. If you know about his past, you know it too. And I know so many people told me about his past, and I kind of used to mention it in like my videos. But at the same time, I just rather looked at the more tangible stuff. That, hey, the game is in front of me is really bad, so I just focused on that rather on his past. But yeah, now when everything is like exploding and it's over, I can tell you, yeah, his past clearly mattered. I mean, once a con man, always a con man, right? And at the end of the day, it is what it is, dog. Like, what can we do? And I'm not blaming him specifically for being like a con artist or a scammer. We don't know the full details yet. But at the same time, it surely seems like it.
And who now owns Intrepid Studios, and newsflash, it's a bunch of MLM people involved, and the main one, or rather the most recent one, can be seen here. An actual Karen. You can't make this up.
Karen?
Feel free to screenshot or look it up yourself. I'm sure it's all over Reddit by the time you're seeing this video.
Then why give the company power to anyone else but you? You said it was fully funded and you have all the funds and you got all the Kickstarter money. It doesn't make any sense unless you wanted to dip with some of the money on a golden parachute because you knew it was a scam from the start. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I have a very successful company with tons of backing and millions invested into it. Let's just share it with another person that would clearly have the potential to corrupt it. What is that logic? What? It's so weird. Like, no, dude. He planned all of this. He planned all of that. I'm certain of it.
And this is kind of funny with everyone's, as an Ashes of Creation content creator, I obviously get a lot of comments, right? A lot of people saying, oh, it's a scam and this. And it'll be dead 2 months after Steam and this and that. And, all those guys are being validated today.
Yeah,
So,
we are vindicated,
I'm prepared
brother.
for the I told you so. Trust me, it's whatever at this point.
And you should, because you defended this garbage knowing that it wasn't up to par. You defended it, but at the same time, you're doing a really good job of actually taking full responsibility, and I love that. I actually really respect this about this guy. Like, he's a genuine one. He's a good one. He's one of the good ones. He believed in the project, and unfortunately, it just, blew up in his face. But at the same time, he knows how to take it on the chin, and I appreciate that for him. Like, I appreciate that about him.
However, I want to circle back to Steven's message. How do you lose controlling interest in a company you
Exactly.
own and claim to be self-funded years ago?
Unleash it,
even
brother.
In an interview with Dusty Y, another content creator, Steven confirmed, like, oh, we're not broke, everything's fine, and
thank you. Let him cook.
It's just really a really weird situation. Not only that, but it was never public knowledge technically that these guys obtained a controlling majority in the company to be able to have this kind of pull.
It's almost like the transparency we were promised never existed in the first place. Incredible, huh? Who would have thunk?
I've seen the public filings months ago from shady MLM associated investors, and you saw the little ties. There was even Reddit posts about this, but no public info on them actually having this much power in the company and making these decisions, like rushing to an early access supposedly. I know a lot of people have called this game a scam, but I genuinely believe Steven hasn't even made a profit off of this venture. And this was just a group of devs, including Steven, just trying to build something different for the genre, trying to make this vision come true and give us gamers something
I don't
good.
think that's the case. Yeah, I think it was a scam from the start. I'm gonna say something really weird here. I think that it was a scam from the start, and then people saw so many believed in them, and they actually tried to make something good, and they realized they can't do it, and then it just became a scam again. That's what I think. But I guess we need more information to know actually what happened inside of the studios to reach full conclusion.
While it may seem noble that he stepped down rather than doing whatever it was these investors wanted him to do.
Don't give him the W. Don't give him the W. Steven deserves not the smallest W out there. This man collected L's like Infinity Stones, and we need to make sure he gets the snap, because he's out. Like, that's disgusting. If he actually escaped on a golden parachute, like I think he was, yeah, it's gonna be bad. I really hope Steven would get lawsuited, and I don't know if that's a real word. I don't know, like sued, okay? That's basically what I was trying to say, but I'm too dumb to actually say it. So I really hope he would get sued. I really hope Gabe Newell would actually intervene and manage to get some people their money back from Steam, at least. I know you can't really refund the 200 alpha packs they sold back in the day, but at the very least, I think that Gabe can do something about Steam. I really hope he would do that. I really love Gabe Newell, and I think he's just amazing. Like, Gaben is the GOAT. I really hope he could do that.
Be that firing people, introducing pay to win, rushing to a 1.0 release or whatever. There still needs to be accountability on Steven's end. Like, obviously, this was the result of his decisions, but still. However, it's very admirable that he did pay those people's PTO. I don't know if he paid the PTO for the whole company that just got fired. So, I'm not privy to everything like that at the time of this video. But still, it's a very sad situation all around for gamers, the employees, all that. So for those not aware, apparently, the servers will be shutting down February 2nd. And that's when people's employment...
What? Oh, they actually shutting down the servers. Okay, I didn't know about that. That's new information for me. Okay, I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know why I was so shocked about it. I mean, yeah. So there's nothing to save. They're not even going to try to salvage it. Wait, so why did they say they're giving, like, they're outsourcing the game? Why did they say that? If it's being shut down? Or maybe just starting down for the alpha? Okay, that's kind of weird. I'll have to check on it.
But I cannot confirm that 100% at the time of this video. However, it coincides with a lot of the Warren Act stuff that's going around that... yeah, it's just done. If you're not aware, the recent live stream was pushed back. It was pushed back to February 13th. Unironically, everybody should have seen this coming because that is actually Friday the 13th. You can't make this up. And this will coincide to about 60 days after release, or that stream would have coincided to about 60 days after Steam release. I am under NDA for the content that was going to come with this new stream. I can't actually tell you guys. I'll try to get clarity on if I can discuss what was coming, but We recently had a meeting with Intrepid, and I was told of a lot of cool stuff that was about to come, that was going to come to that stream that was that Friday, or this previous Friday, excuse me, that was going to be then shown on the 13th. And well, now the community will never see that. We'll never see the progress that was made.
It's crazy that Steven kept face for so long. Until the very last minute, man. I mean, even the people who were in cahoots with him, so to say, they didn't know a damn thing. It's crazy. Not until the last minute. It's insane. They thought hey, maybe there are some delays, but they talked with us. They signed us on NDAs. Like, we're going to experience some content at first hand. Like, you're going to do that. And no, it just never happened. That content probably never existed in the first place. It's actually crazy.
Towards that promise. And yeah, it just really sucks. But I digress. I elaborated on most of my thoughts on stream, and I'll leave a link to that VOD for those interested, but I'm going to try to keep this short and conclude with this. The move to Steam was criticized by many, but the true reasons for doing so seem to be a lot more evident now. Once again, condolences to employees at Intrepid. Huge shout out to the glorious Ashes of Creation community, and thank you to everyone who's ever watched my Ashes content, and all of you watching this video right now. While Ashes hasn't been my sole content focus, it has been a majority of my content from the past years. So I know a lot of you found me via Ashes, and I appreciate every, like on the videos, subscribing, and becoming a part of this community. I will truly miss this game, or rather the people that it brought into my life, and I will more so miss what the game promised to be one day. Plans that Steven had for this game and everything like that, Thank you all for the memories in the world of Vera. We had a lot of fun adventures. I'm going to keep a lot of those still up on the channel, of course. Another ambitious MMO has sunset. As far as the future, I will have more content planned. I luckily returned to the Elder Scrolls Online a couple of weeks ago after my recent Ashes video because the botting was getting crazy. And honestly, I've been having a lot of fun on both ESO and Guild Wars 2.
Oh, Guild Wars 2,
I also have
nice.
a lot of new player experience MMO videos coming this year. We're also in the Chrono Odyssey waiting room, and I think there's potential for that MMO.
Now, you're bound to be disappointed in this one, brother. Trust me, I've been on that train, and it's not going too far. So, yeah, I mean, I guess let's let him finish talking. And then
I'll
I'm going to
have
say
more Ashes content if there's enough news worthy of covering, and maybe we'll just end things with one last banger, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys will be trying out post.
Okay, so it seems like the end of the video. Phenomenal video. I actually really like this guy. I'm going to leave a link in the description. You guys make sure you click it and give this man a like and a sub. He deserved it. He's a phenomenal content creator. So let me just move myself back here. But yeah, there's nothing else to say that I haven't said already. I mean, this game was obviously a scam. I've seen this coming from a mile away. Everyone with half a brain cell that doesn't huff copium on a daily basis could have seen this coming. The game was so bare bones. They showed us nothing. Like, nothing at all. Whenever I saw that progression was slow to a halt, I understood that something fishy was going on. It's impossible to have a fully fledged developing crew and achieve this level of mediocrity. It's not even mediocrity. It's literally even below that. It's just a subpar product. It was nothing, man. Like, nothing. Even the classes didn't seem this good. And whenever I said that to people, they just told me, oh, it's the last thing they do because animations and stuff. I didn't talk about animations, dog. I talked about the classes. They looked so dull and boring and fake and lame. It looked like some one developer project. It doesn't make any sense. And how can you be 10 plus years in development and still not have a finished product when you're fully funded? Like, fully funded, right? Like, quotes. It's so dumb. It's just so dumb. I can't believe that people fell for it. I can't believe that I fell for it back in the day, but at least I was wizened up pretty fast. But at the end of the day, it's a sad day for all of us, to be honest. Another MMORPG has died. We've been scammed one more time by the one person we thought would never scam us. Like Steven Sharif, the hardcore MMO enjoyer that loves MMO and MMO gamers. He will be the one that actually saves us. No. Like, we're gonna play WoW until the day we die. We're gonna play FF14, Guild Wars 2, and that's it. That's our fate. It's just a circle of same MMOs over and over again. And I mean, don't get me wrong, these MMOs are fine, but I really wanted something new to experience with all of you guys. And unfortunately, I guess that won't ever happen. Unless somehow Chrono Odyssey somehow, have a redemption arc, but I highly doubt that. That being said, I will play it. So for now, it's Guild Wars 2 and Where Winds Meet for me. And I guess that's how life is going to continue.